I'm come to survey the tower this day.
All things that we ordain festival turn from their office to black funeral.
Our instruments to melancholy.
Bells. Our wedding cheer to a
sad burial feast.
Our solemn hymns to solemn
dirges change. Our bridal flowers serve for buried corpse. And all things change.
them. To the contrary.
Oh, woe.
A woeful.
Woeful.
Woeful day. Most lamentable day. Most woeful day that ever did I see. Oh day, oh hateful day. Never was seen so black a day as this.
Cursed, wretched, most hateful day, most miserable hour time ever saw in its lasting pilgrimage.
Oh, grandsire, even with all my heart would you were dead, so you did live again. Oh, Lord, I cannot speak to him for weeping. My tears will choke me if I open my mouth.
despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed. Uncomfortable time, why camest thou now to murder? Murder our solemnity. Oh child, dead art thou? Alas, my child is dead, and with my child, my joys are buried.
I am Revenge, sent from the infernal kingdom to ease the gnawing vulture about thy mind, by wreaking vengeance on thy foes. Come down, and welcome me to this world's light. Confer with me of murder and of death. There's not a hollow cave or lurking place, no vast obscurity or misty veil, where bloody murder or detested rape can couch for fear. For I shall find them out, and in their ears tell them my dreadful name, Revenge, which makes the most foul offender quake.
The quality of mercy is not strained.
They seek revenge, and therefore will not yield.
It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath.
Oh, barbarous and bloody spectacle! His body will I bear unto the king, and if he revenge it not, yet will his friends. Vengeance is in my heart, death in my hand. Blood and revenge are hammering in my head.
It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. Oft I've heard that grief softens the mind and makes it fearful and degenerate. Think, therefore, revenge has ceased to weep. But who can cease to weep but look at this? Here may lie his head, on my throbbing breast. But where? Where is the body that I should embrace? 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown.
Why stand we like soft-hearted women here, wailing our losses while the foe doth change, and look upon as if the tragedy were played in jest by counterfeiting actors? Here upon my knee, I vow to God above, I'll never pause again, never stand still, till either death hath closed these eyes of mine, or fortune given me some measure of revenge.
His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attributes of all majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings.
Oh, God, wish this blood made us revenge his death. Oh, earth, wish his blood drink us revenge his death. Either heaven with lightning strike the murderer dead, or earth gape open wide and eat him quick, as thou dost swallow this good man's blood, which his hell-gathered arm hath butchered.
But mercy is above this scepter's sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself.
Bear with me. I am hungry for revenge, and now I toy with me for beholding it. Cancel his bond of life, dear God, I pray, that I may live to say, the dog is dead.
An earthly power doth show like as kings, where mercy seasons justice.
Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I find the occasion of revenge.
Let me go grind their bones powder small, but from that hateful liquor tempered. And from that vile paste let their vile heads be baked.
Bloody body villain! Remorseless, treacherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Why? What an ass am I! This is most brave that I, the child of a dear father murdered, must, like a whore.
Therefore, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us shall see salvation.
tear to shed. Besides, this sorrow is an enemy, and would usurp upon my watery eyes, and make them blind with tributary tears. Where shall I find revenge's cave? I shall never come to bliss, till all these mischiefs be returned again, even in the throats that have committed them. Vow is made.
We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer does teach us all to render the good deeds of mercy.
The reasons you allege do more conduce to the hot passion of distempered blood than to any true determination betwixt right and wrong. Pleasure and revenge have ears more deaf than adders to the voice of any true decision.
Art thou revenge? And art thou sent to me, to be a torment to mine enemies? Do me some service, stab them, or tear them on thy chariot wheels. And when thy cars load with their heads, I will dismount and trot, like a servile footman, even from Hyperion's rising in the east, until his very downfall in the sea. And day by day I'll do this heavy task. O sweet revenge, now do I come to thee, and if one arm's embracing will content thee, I'll embrace thee in it by and by.
Revenge, proud, seek, burn, fire, kill, slay, let not a traitor live!
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest men that have ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which, like dumb mouths, do ope their ruby lips and beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they see their infants quartered by the hands of war, all pity choked in custom of fell deeds. And in this spirit, raging for revenge, with a monarch's voice cry out havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth of carrion men, groaning for burial. Welcome, brave captain and victorious lord. When I was young, as yet I am not old, I remember my father said, a stouter champion never handled a sword. It is long since we were resolved of your truth, your faithful service, and your toil in war.
I cannot weep, for all my body's moisture scarce serves to quench my furnace-burning heart. Nor can my tongue unload my heart's great burden. For self-same wind that I should speak withal is kindling coals that fires all my breast, and burns me up with flames that tears would quench. To weep is to make less the depth of grief. Tears then for babes, blows and revenge for me. I'll venge thy death, or die renowned attempting it.
War is vengeance!
Thou ceaseless lackey to eternity, with summest chance across evil in his flight, devise extremities beyond extremity, to make him curse this cursed crimeful night.
A ghastly shadow slew his eyes of fright, and the dire thought of his committed evil shape, every devil a hideous shapeless devil.
O thou, whose captain I account myself, look on my forces with a gracious eye. Put in their hands thy bruising irons of wrath, that they may crush down with a heavy fall the usurping helmets of our adversaries. Make us thy ministers of chastisement, that we may praise thee in the victory. To thee I do commend my watchful soul, ere I let fall the windows of mine eyes, sleeping and waking. Oh, defend me still.
A thing devised by the enemy. Go, gentlemen, every man into his charge. Let not these words affright our souls. Conscience is but a word cowards use. Devised at first, keep it strong and awe. Strong arm be our conscience, sword our law. Let us march on, join bravely to hell no. If not to heaven, then hand in hand to hell. What more shall I say than I have inferred? Remember who you're to quote withal. A sort of vagabond, runaway, base lackey peasants who in their overcloyed country vomits forth in desperate ventures of assured destruction. You, sleeping safe, they bring to you unrest. You, having lands and being blessed with beauteous wives, you who restrain the one and disdain the other. Let's whip these stragglers over the seas, these famished beggars weary of their lives. Shall these enjoy our lands, lie with our wives, ravish our daughters? Fight! Draw archers, draw arrows to their head, and spur your proud horses, ride in blood! Go levy men and make prepare for war. Rest out this night and make no delay, for lords, tomorrow's a busy day.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul. Think how sad it's be in my prime youth. Despair, therefore and die.
When I was mortal, my anointed body by thee was punched full of deadly holes. Think on me and on the tower. Despair and die.
Be fearful, for the wrong soul of the butchered prince. Fight on thy behalf.
Virtuous and holy, be thou conqueror.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow. I that was washed to death with fulsome wine by thy guile betrayed to death. Tomorrow in the battle, think on me, and fall thy edgeless sword, despair and die.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow, and in this guilty fear let fall thy lance, despair and die.
Good angels guard thy battle. Live and flourish.
Sleep, sleep in peace. Awake in joy. Let good angels guard thee from the boar's annoying.
Bloody and guilty, guilty awake. And in a bloody battle in thy days, despair and die.
Dream on, cousins, smothered in the tower. Let us be led within thy bosom and weigh thee down to ruin, shame, and death. We bid thee despair and die.
Live and beget a happy race of kings.
Thou quiet soul, sleep thou a quiet sleep, dream of success and happy victory.
Tomorrow in battle, think on me. Follow thy edgeless sword, despair and die.
Oh, in the battle, think on me. Dream on of bloody deeds and death, fainting despair, despairing, yield thy breath.
I died for hope, ere I could lend thee aid. But cheer thy heart, and be thou not dismayed.
God and good angel fight on his side. And thou, great sized coward, no space of earth shall sunder our hates. It'll haunt you like a wicked conscience still that moldeth goblins swiftest, Francis' thoughts.
Have you slept, my lord?
The sweetest sleep and fairest boding dreams that ever entered in a drowsy head. Methought the souls of the bodies who lie murdered came to my tent and cried victory. I promise you, my soul is very warm in the remembrance of such a dream. How far into the morning is it?
On the strike of 4.
Why, then 'tis time to arm and give direction. Fellows in arms, my most loving friends, in God's name cheerly on. Courageous friends, to reap the harvest of this perpetual peace by this bloody trial of sharp war. Let each man do his best. Here draw I a sword, whose temper I do intend to stain with the best blood that I can meet with all in the adventure of this perilous day. Sound all the lofty instruments of war, and by that music let us embrace. For, as heaven to earth, some of us shall never a second time do such a courtesy. Sound drums and trumpets, boldly and cheerfully, God and victory!
Good time to escape. I cannot fly, but bear like must fight the horse.
So cowards do fight when they can fly no further. So doves do peck the falcon's piercing talons.
So desperate thieves, all hopeless of their lives, let them breathe invectives against officers.
Hold, Lord. Do not honor him so much as to prick thy finger, though to wound his heart. What valor were it when a cur doth grin? For one to thrust his hand between his teeth, when one could spurn him with his foot away. It is war's prize to take all advantages, and 10 to 1 is no impeach of valor. O detestable villain, art thou not sorry for thy heinous deeds?
Aye, that I had not done 10,000 more. Even now I curse the day, and yet I think, if you come within the compass of my curse, wherein I did not some notorious ill as kill a man, or devise his death, ravish a maid, or plot the way to do it, set deadly enmity between two friends, accuse an innocent and forswear myself, make poor men's cattle break their necks, and set fire to barns and haystacks in the night, and bid their owners punch them with their tears. Oft if I digged up dead men from their graves, and set them upright on their friends' doorsteps, even when their sorrow almost were forgotten. And on their skin, like the bark of trees, carved with my knife in Roman letters, let not your sorrow die though I am dead. Tut. I've done 1,000 dreadful things, as willingly as one would kill a fly, and nothing grieves me heartily indeed, except that I cannot do 10,000 more.
Bring down the devil, and let him die not so sweet a death as hanging presently.
If there be devils, if I were a devil, to burn and live in everlasting fire, so that I might have your company in hell, but to torment you with my bitter tongue.
Give sentence to this execrable wretch, who hath been the breeder of these dire events.
Set him breast deep in earth and famish him. Let him stand and rave and cry for food. If anyone pities or relieves him for the offense he dies, this is our due. Some stay to see him fastened in the earth.
I should wrath be mute and fury dumb. I am no baby. I, with base prayers, I should repent the evils I had done. 10,000 worse did I do what I perform. If I might have my will, if one good deed in all my life I had done, I should repent it from my very soul. If thou tellest the heavy story correctly. Upon my soul the hearers will shed tears. Even my enemies will shed fast falling tears, and cry, alas, it's a piteous deed. My ashes, the phoenix, will bring forth a bird that will revenge upon you all. And in that hope, I throw mine eyes towards heaven, scorning whatever you can think.
More than I have said, loving countrymen, the leisure and enforcement of the time forbids to dwell upon. Yet remember this: God and our good cause fight on our side. The prayers of wronged souls like high-reared bulwarks stand before our faces. Those who we fight against would rather had us win than him who they follow. For what is he they follow? Truly, gentlemen, a bloody tyrant and homicide, one raised in blood, and one in blood established, one that has ever been God's enemy. Then, if you should fight against God's enemy, God will in justice ward you as his soldiers. If you sweat to put a tyrant down, you'll sleep in peace, the tyrant being slain. If you fight against your country's foes, your country's fat shall pay your pains the higher. If you fight in safeguard of your wives shall welcome home the conquerors. If you free your children from the sword, your children's children quit it in your age. In the name of God and all these rights, advance your standards, draw your willing swords. For me, the ransom of my bold attempt is this cold corpse on the earth's cold face. If I should thrive, the gain of my attempt, the least of you shall share as part thereof.
He hath disgraced me and hindered me half a million, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, and hated mine enemies. And for what his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt by the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, and healed by the same means. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you and the rest, I will resemble you in that. The villainy you teach me, I will execute. And it shall go hard, but I will bear the instruction.
seen by times while a hand defaced the rich proud cost of outworn buried age. When sometimes lofty towers I see, down raised, and brass eternal slave to mortal rage. When I have seen the hungry ocean gain advantage on the kingdom of the shore, and the firm soil win of the watery main, increasing store with loss, and loss with store. When I have seen such an interchange of state, or state itself, confounded to decay, ruin hath taught me thus to ruminate. That time will come and take my love away. This thought is as a death, which cannot choose but weep, to have that which it fears to lose. These walls of ours were not erected by their hands that from whom you have received your griefs, nor are they such that these great towers, trophies, and schools should fall for private faults in them. Stay, yet look back with me unto the tower.